This is the most dangerous restaurant in the world, and it is inside an abandoned prison. First, you put on prison clothes and enter a fenced area where the police arrest you for a fake murder. Then they take your mugshots, and you choose a seat in the prison cafeteria. Your food arrives in small baskets with fake dynamite. But the worst part is the 4-minute challenge. You have to finish the burger before time runs out, because if you fail, a staff member flips the switch on a fake electric chair. This is why giant pumpkin contest winners are forced to cut their pumpkin open on the spot. In these competitions, splitting the pumpkin isn't just tradition, it's a strict rule. The pumpkins grow so massive that organizers often need a chainsaw just to break them open. Some become so large that an adult could actually sit inside them. Once the pumpkin is opened, the most important part is taken out, the seeds. These seeds are carefully collected and preserved because they're considered premium genetics. They're then used to grow the next generation of even larger pumpkins, which is how records keep getting broken year after year. Have you ever wondered why people cut their swimming pools instead of just draining them? It might seem crazy, but you're about to find out why some people believe it's actually a genius idea. At the end of summer, instead of keeping the pool for next year, some people just slice the wall open and let the water flood their backyard in seconds. Because those plastic pools are often full of holes and cracks, and not only is it faster to empty them this way, but some even believe that flooding the yard like this will make the grass greener. But the biggest problem is that pool water isn't actually clean. It's full of chemicals that can destroy the roots and damage the soil beneath.
These benches may look stylish, but they're actually designed to stop people from resting on them. It's called hostile architecture, and it's found across cities like Paris, where public spaces are made deliberately uncomfortable for homeless people. In 2003, 2 French artists pushed back with a project called Fakir's Rest, showing that no matter how unfriendly the design, people can still find ways to rest. Their work sparked a wider debate that continues today. Should cities really be building spaces that keep people out instead of welcoming them in?
This is China's non-Newtonian pudding, which can only be eaten gently because of its unique properties. It behaves just like a non-Newtonian fluid. If you try to push a spoon into it forcefully, instead of scooping, it becomes firm and slips away. But if you insert the spoon slowly, a small portion easily settles onto the spoon. The man in this video is creating the strongest object in the world, and even an incredible impact or a nuclear explosion would not be able to destroy it. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary, small piece of glass, and if you throw it on the floor or squeeze it, you might think you could easily break it, but that is far from the truth. Even if you try to crush it with a hydraulic press, instead of breaking this glass drop, a deep dent will appear in the press itself. And when people use the most extreme methods and even shot at this drop, the bullets simply shattered into tiny pieces. After that, this glass was recognized as the strongest material in the world. But the most interesting part is that it is very easy to make. First, a person takes any plastic object, then starts melting it. When a small drop begins to fall, it needs to be dropped into cold water, and in just a few seconds, you get the strongest object in the world, one that even a nuclear bomb cannot destroy. However, even it has a weak point, which is its tail. If you squeeze it, the entire drop instantly shatters. This is exactly how people check mirrors in unfamiliar places to make sure they're not hiding something creepy. When a person presses their finger against the mirror and there is no gap between the finger and the reflection, that means everything is fine. But if you press your finger against the mirror and notice that there is a gap, it means something is clearly wrong, and it's very possible that someone is watching you right now. Imagine that you check into a hotel room and at first glance everything looks normal, but when you do this test, you realize that there is something behind the mirror in the bathroom or the room. Most often, of course, these are special hidden spaces for safes or just empty spaces for storing things. But there is a high chance that someone could be hiding behind that mirror. And while you're taking a shower or brushing your teeth, a person on the other side is watching all your movements. And when these tourists decided to open the closet, they noticed that there was a hidden door inside, leading directly toward the mirror in the bathroom. This is a device that can automatically make dumplings, but many people feel disappointed when they use it because it does not work as well as they expect. But the truth is, there are a few simple tips to make it work better. First, brush a thin layer of oil around the edge, then gently press the filling down, and only after that press the button, because the dumplings will come out neat and perfect. When you find yourself in a Japanese restaurant, you might be shocked when the chef suddenly starts throwing huge chunks of ice onto the grill. It might look like they've gone crazy and are trying to break it, but that's not the case at all. Normally, grills in restaurants are cleaned with detergents, which makes the cleaning process take dozens or sometimes even hundreds of minutes. And while the rest of the world still uses this inefficient cleaning method, Japan has found a way to clean a grill in just 15 seconds. First, they heat the grill to the maximum temperature. Then they throw one large or several small pieces of ice onto it. Almost instantly, the ice reacts with the hot grill, and the sharp temperature difference causes all the grease and dirt to slide down. It happens so fast that spectators can barely process what's going on. In just 15 seconds, all the ice melts, the dirt washes away with the water, and all the chef has to do is wipe the grill with a dry cloth, and it shines like it just came out of the store. Remember that tunnel which was sealed by the government to protect people from what might be on the other side, so they decided to open it. And what they saw there is simply terrifying. This is the Inunaki Tunnel, one of the creepiest and most mysterious places in Japan. Even before the entrance, the phone stops catching signal, meaning if something happens to you, no one will know about it. And a lot can happen, because near this tunnel, the laws of Japan do not work. People tried to find out what is there through Google Maps, but the app started lagging and in the end crashed, and the people who somehow made it into this tunnel never returned. The government claims that there is just an abandoned village. Then why do they strengthen the walls more and more every year? All this looks very suspicious, but one guy still decided to go in during a live stream to show everyone what is there. And what he saw was clearly not a village, but something very scary. 3 things in Japan that worth every yen. First, in Japan, there are ice creams that don't melt at all. They seem like they are at room temperature, yet they are still cold. They are safe to eat, and the melt-resistant property comes from a natural food-grade ingredient, not chemicals. And also, Tokyo banana is one of the best edible things to buy in Tokyo. This banana-shaped sponge cake filled with creamy custard melts in your mouth and is a favorite souvenir. Since it doesn't stay fresh for long, it's best to pick it up at the airport before your flight back. Next, this is known as the world's thinnest apartment in Tokyo, renting for just $260 a month. The building holds 4 tiny units, each about 100 square feet. Despite the small size, each apartment has everything you need. Finally, even urban railings get special treatment. Instead of gathering dust and making streets look dull, a machine cleans them in seconds, restoring a spotless shine. In Japan, yogurt lids don't stick. They designed them to be perfectly smooth, so when you peel off the lid, nothing's left behind. No mess, no wasted yogurt, and no need to lick anything clean. It's simple, smart, and just better. This is the strongest leaf on Earth. It's so tough it can hold a full-grown adult without sinking. Many people think it comes from China because it appears in so many movies, but it actually comes from South America. It's called Victoria amazonica, a giant water lily that stays afloat thanks to its waxy surface and air-filled veins, making it strong enough to support up to 80 kilograms. These shoes are a cheat code and have been banned from all sporting events. They gave athletes an unfair advantage, making them run faster with less effort. Designed by Puma and Nike, this is the rule breaker, and it's known as the most illegal shoe in racing. It acts like a spring launching you with every step, while using less energy and gaining unlimited speed. This made it so unfair that officials had no choice but to ban it from all competitions.